Welcome to the Old Pine Road Podcast.
And with that, welcome to this week's, month's, today's edition of the Old Pine Road Podcast. Woo!
Hello, good people.
Welcome. Good day. It's Friday,
Happy Friday.
April 12th and or 13th.
12 sounds right to me.
It's the 12th.
It's Friday, April 12th.
Checked an expiration date yesterday.
It's a good way.
Drink a lot of milk
That's how I
last
live.
night.
That's how I live my life. Know where I
was,
gotta be.
It was sausage, actually.
Oh,
Yum.
I didn't buy it
should have
because it was expiring the same day.
All right, professionals. Yeah, it's Friday. I don't know when this is gonna get out. I still have to release the last episode that we recorded. I'll
Friday
probably.
the 12th. Ooh. Dang, watch your step. It's probably
Watch
full
your
moon,
step.
too.
Yeah, it's been a fun week. I haven't been feeling my best, but I'm starting to feel better.
Good. That's
So
always
that's,
nice.
you know,
You just
exciting,
want to go
kinda-
outside and kiss the ground and think every
Yeah.
second that you feel good.
Shake the rust off the machinery and get running
I
again.
know that feeling.
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, I was gonna open up saying howdy, partners, because I have my straw cowboy hat on.
What is it?
Strawba cowboy.
Strawba
A Strawba cowboy.
Man,
hat.
Strawba Cowboy, I don't know.
Partners.
Shit. Howdy.
I was gonna open with that, and then I don't know why I'm circling
Fucking
back
late.
to it. I'd like to welcome our co-host guest here today, Mr. Matt Persick.
Welcome, Matt.
thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
Hi, Matt.
Again.
It's good to have you back. Now, the last time you were here, you were portraying Max.
I was not portraying Max. I became Max for about 10 minutes.
Walked around in his shoes.
Paraded. Must have felt good.
I did.
Flew too close to the sun, though, and singed your wings.
I was starting to really hate myself. And I needed to get out of there, and you pulled me out of the character.
He started to reach for the mandolin, and I was like, no, you don't want to go down that road. You don't want no part of this shit, Matt.
It's a slippery slope.
Matt and
Make
Max...
all your dreams come true.
All of them. Matt and Max have a colorful history. The first time you guys met, you know, you were both friends of mine and had heard or talked about each other, and I, of course, have been very, what's the word, like instigatory?
Instigatory?
Instigative?
Well, I mean-
Instigative?
It might not be a word, but people can put together what the meaning might be.
I hope so.
Instigational.
Instigational.
Instigational?
Instigative.
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
And yeah, so then when you guys met, you know, there was
a
a couple moments. There was a couple of really good
mess.
zingers that came out, and I don't think you guys have ever really recovered from that. And I think a lot of it has to do with me, like, you know, kind of getting in your
Feeling that
ear.
fire.
Yeah, definitely, and just being like, you know, manipulative.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty happy person, but I need somewhere to throw my anger. And
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the perfect venue for me to do it. So
It you can tell, and you lean into it. You know, some of
David
the
keeps
things.
insisting to doctors that I'm sick and I don't feel that bad, but they keep giving me this medicine. He locks me in the room. So
I
Sometimes
insist. Anyways, I'm really happy that you guys are here and you're squashing the beef, and that we're finally able to move past
I think
this.
you're maybe putting the cart before the horse.
it kind of seems like that. We can agree on that at least.
Cheers. Ding. Today's
David.
beverages brought to you by LaCroix and Lord of the Rings. These are the old Lord of the Rings Burger King commemorative goblets.
Get that Peter Jackson money.
I got one. Oh shoot! You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably can't show that. There's probably some copyright stuff. if you got a problem, if you got the time to sue us, you might have the time to sponsor us. So it's gonna be our whole approach from now on. Try to
Good luck.
Either sue us or you sponsor us. There's no in between.
Make your choice.
We're gonna get sued.
Yeah, probably. Hey, they're gonna get this cool uranium vase.
Who's coming after us, BK or the Lord of the Rings
Burger King.
franchise?
I've tried Burger King's chicken nuggets. They ain't got time for that. They got bigger fish to fry.
You gotta work on yourself before you come after us.
If I get a cease and desist from Burger King, I'm framing it.
Wouldn't that be?
I remember what we were talking
me a
about.
second,
The uranium glass here is the centerpiece for today, brought to me by Pat Zastro. There's a little ship in the base. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little ship down there.
What kind of ship is that?
That would be like a little two-masted schooner.
Is that a schooner? Schooner was the word that was on my tongue. I just didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Schooner, yeah, small, narrow body, used to just kind of get around, haul a few people, some small things around, and in this case, sitting in the bottom of this uranium glass. Kind of cool. We're sitting around this uranium. I feel like Russia, China, and America, like just chilling out, like on the uranium stash. Like, it's good to be the king. I hope it's not toxic, but yeah, that came from Pat. Thanks, Pat. It's really cool. Looks neat. We are getting our set together. We're really getting our set together.
It's coming together.
It's developing. Not necessarily for the better, but it is developing. Kind of sucks that Batman's back there in the corner. Maybe you could wear the Batman mask.
Wish we could have lowered the antlers a little bit so we could have a horned mat. That'd be cool.
It would be cool if the antlers lined up behind you a little bit.
It would.
I could angle the camera. That would be a really interesting angle. Yeah, there's a window there for the people at home. Like, that's what that's covering up. We use this for sound stuff, so that's my kind of soundproofing on that.
Covering up the horrible wilderness.
Yeah, who wants to see outside? It's overrated.
Wretch.
I like to imagine that I'm living in, like, the International Space Station. I'm just, like, floating around.
Zero gravity, Davey.
Can't go outside. Space.
So it's like 10 degrees colder up here than it was in Stevens Point today.
The weather's been weird. What is that, Matt?
Space.
Hey, while you're looking around up there, which is your favorite tapestry? And today, I think they can see a little more of the tapestries. I think I have the camera angle. I had to double check that, but I think you can see some of the tapestries. Which is your favorite tapestry?
500 Kim Kardashians.
Okay, yeah. That's Kim Kardashian is the right answer. I don't know if the camera can see that one, but it's her crying.
I like the Wisconsin flag, personally. That's my
Pandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that bit was good.
What's yours?
Next
What's your favorite?
Mine's a secret.
Which
one's that?
The Wisconsin one. No, this one. This one is my favorite one because this flag hung up on the front of the house. And you can't see it. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful by hanging flags up here, but this flag is really tattered. It hung on the front of the house for a long time. It was kind of falling apart, so I retired it to up here.
Old family flag.
Use the tapestries to give us a little bit of sound protection on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So that we're not too bouncy around in here. But, that's my favorite flag. It means a lot to me, so I'd appreciate if you'd stop asking about it.
What flag? Where?
Cheers.
Okay. Let's cheers.
No.
Yeah.
Salute.
I can't even drink anything without making a ridiculous noise after.
You do. I talk about this a lot. You like to express pleasure verbally or vocally.
Yeah.
And the amount of pleasure dictates the level of volume that you express it at. So Max, for example, likes to do the old morning shower routine. You're a morning shower guy, and my bedroom is on the other side of the wall from the bathroom and the shower. And this guy comes in there and Number one, you're a very like bright and up, chipper morning person. That is one thing. Not that you're not always a chipper, optimistic person, but you come in firing on all cylinders in the morning, and I don't get it and don't like
You hate it.
Because I'm quite the opposite. It takes me a while to get my ball rolling, and you're just, well, good morning! Fucking wearing your underwear, carrying your clothes. And then when you get in the shower and, you start to loosen up, it's, oh, yeah. Oh, like very expressive and...
I didn't even notice it before you came into my life.
Did you really never know?
No,
everyone around you has. But you do. You like to verbally, and for how much I hate it now, I like. Someday I'm gonna miss it.
It's a Good Friday today.
It is a Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. It's not Good Friday.
It was.
It was. Friday the 12th. It's good stuff. Good times.
Oh, yes.
Let's circle back to my notes here. The beef is squashed. Oh, news.
Excuse me.
What beef?
Where's the beef? In the news, the juice is no longer loose.
The juice.
Oh.
Well, he is loose now.
He is loose. The juice is loose was the thing.
Oh.
That's why I was like, the juice is
Now
no
he's-
longer loose
True,
because he's
okay. Yeah.
Rest in peace. Probably, I don't know. I
Wasn't,
didn't know the guy.
Wasn't too long ago that we watched the Naked Gun trilogy.
That was great. He is in that. That's a great set of films.
Wasn't he in
with
Roots,
Leslie
too?
Nielsen.
He was.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he actually in
Yeah.
that?
Whoa.
I'm pretty damn sure
Okay.
he was. I thought you were supposed to be fact checking. What the hell, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you were
supposed to
you were gonna
be
do
there.
fact checking, but I kind of like.
No, just stay, just stay.
I like he's just on his phone the whole time. Just you know what, fact check for us, but
Actually?
but use just actually your own discretion.
I know most
I'll,
That's, I
I just don't know this one.
I'll bet you a 50-cent piece the juice was in Roots.
Dude, if you're wrong, holy shit. But if you're right, that is an interesting fact that I'm totally unaware of. But
My
if-
intuition
I would like to
tells
look at
me-
his filmography.
I hope you're more right about it than you were about the CGI remake of The Land Before Time. This guy in the last episode. Actually,
that not real?
We might not have aired the episode. No, it's
heard
not.
that.
It's like a Facebook.
no, it was a hoax.
And Max is
Hook,
talking.
line,
He was
sinker.
talking about
It tugged on my heartstrings.
I
think that's what it's meant to do.
You owe me a new tablet. I threw it across the room.
We spread
charlatan.
we spread a lot of fake news, both unintentionally and intentionally.
Are you going to know which one? Maybe not.
Probably.
Are we?
Are you going to talk about the turtle?
What about the turtles? We don't talk about the turtle stomp.
Okay, we'll start something.
That was my new band name that we were talking about.
What?
We can't.
What was it? It was like Rascal,
John and
Rowdy John and the Turtle Stomps. The Turtle Stompers.
Something there. There's something there.
That's just that phrase sticks with you. Turtle Stomp.
I can't unhear that.
It makes
Yeah,
me angry.
cannot. We do. That's exactly. There's a gut reaction to it that might be really good for marketing. I don't know. Don't stomp turtles. Don't
publicity.
hurt turtles.
I've been peed on by 1,000 turtles. And I've
Saving
been
them,
peed on
rescue
by
them on the
1,000
road.
more.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's those type of people. Those are the ones that get in the gates. I
That
think.
cube's got a nice clink to it.
Isn't it? That's like a little. That's like a whiskey cube. You know what you'd
Yeah.
use in like the whiskey glass.
Yeah.
So it's a giant ice cube, and I put it in my LaCroix. So LaCroix, if you're looking to sponsor anyone,
You should fill the ice cube with LaCroix.
how you know, when you freeze carbonated things, isn't that how they kind of make like slushies? Isn't that like
Is it?
kind of like frozen carbonated
Oh, I
soda?
never knew that. Maybe.
And that's
I
why
guess
it's
if
kind of
soda
got like a
explodes in the freezer, that's
kind of the
slushy like
material. I think that's how they kind of make
Oh.
slushies, is they like chill or freeze soda. So the carbonation, you know, how that translates. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
Oh, shit.
Rest in peace, OJ. Earthquakes. What is going on? What? I'm trying to do my Jerry Seinfeld. What is going on with all these earthquakes?
Was there more earthquakes?
What's the
earthquake?
New York just had a big earthquake.
Oh, really?
The whole place was shaken, like a 4 point something, I want to say.
Do they have earthquakes a lot?
No, not really. Not really.
And there have been earthquakes in Illinois recently.
There was an earthquake in Crandon, a half mile, 30 minutes from here.
It can happen to you.
What stays in Crandon happens to everyone. So, there's earthquakes going on. I thought it'd be fun for us to talk about maybe what could be causing these earthquakes. One speculation is that God put Earth on vibrate mode.
We're vibrating.
Someone called.
Who's on the other end?
Who's trying to get through?
That's the real question. That's the real question.
You got any ideas on what you think might be causing these earthquakes?
I have one thought.
What's your thought?
I think I don't have a lot of empirical evidence to back this up. I have considered that it might be Max's mother.
The beef is back on. The beef is back on.
It never left. It never left.
It's so unsquashed.
It's funny, I told my mom today that I was going to come up and record this.
She's
going to listen to one of those someday.
Oh, no.
So, Mom, I hate this guy. Don't worry.
Your mom is a wonderful woman.
She's
and
an awesome lady.
Certainly is not the cause of these earthquakes, regardless of conjecture.
She is an excellent baker.
She is
we have old family recipes going back generations.
Yeah. And thus
got any new ones or
what?
Got any new ones or just the old ones?
Where we go on, we go by tradition in our cookie. In our cookie.
In our cookie, we had a very traditionalist cookie. Only oatmeal raisin.
Mein Mutter's cookies.
Mein Mutter cookie is sehr nett.
Sehr nett.
Anyways,
sandworms.
Sandworms.
That's not out of the question.
That is. That's what we do. Suburban creatures, not suburban. What am I trying to say? Subterranean. Suburban creatures.
Y'all a bunch of suburban creatures.
I also have a theory that every time a centrist says that this country's so polarized and we're tearing ourselves apart, I think that maybe that does tear apart our geography.
It's physically represent our division is our actual nation is falling apart.
We're manifesting.
Like in Ghostbusters, how the negativity fuels the monster.
Yeah.
In Ghostbusters 2, it's the city's being negative. We just have to start dancing in the streets. Some Steve Winwood, and everything's gonna get better.
Come on, people now.
Pass your neighbor a joint.
The
Smile
earthquakes
on
are
your
being
brother.
caused by actual negativity and division. I love that.
Everybody get together.
That is it. If we want the earthquakes to stop, we just gotta hug it out. Hug it out and go dancing in the streets. There's a reason all those 80s movies ended with that. That is what we're supposed to be doing. There's a movie coming out called Civil War. Talking about division. That's a great segue because we have that in our note that there's a movie coming out that's kind of, I don't know if it's predicting or if it's just, I don't know what it's based on.
My thought, based on the trailer, is that it's just this
Or what
writer's
if?
idea of how it would happen if it's going to happen
Yes.
in
A modern
times.
Civil War. The movie's called Civil War. A lot of hype behind it. I think it's coming out today.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think so. Today's the release date. And it divides kind of the United States into some different factions, and it looks like it's a movie about how that would look or what that would be like, which is a terrifying premise, but it being in our history, it means that it can happen again. If it happened once, it definitely can happen again. So let's postulate. And in your guys' mind, who wins part 2? Who walks away from part 2 at the top of the pile.
Well, it's not going to be like a north and south thing, is it?
See, now the movie kind of divides the states into like at least 5 or 6 different factions. Like Texas has its own thing, because of course Texas is going to be its own thing.
Yeah.
California also secedes.
California, it looks like it secedes, and then there's like a northern group of states, a southern, and then, you know, for predictably like DC and the East Coast has its...
I think obviously the new state of or nation of Chicago wins. We're inland, we're
Listen,
high.
They're
if
good with
there's
the guns.
one, listen, guys, if there's one thing I know about Chicago, is they don't win.
Oh, we're part of Chicago.
Go Pack,
new
go.
state. All right, the new nation of Green Bay.
The new nation of Green Bay. Go back, go! Could you
Guys,
imagine?
Minnesota.
Could you imagine if like you had all these different countries fighting over this stuff, and we just have Wisconsin is just fighting for the Packers? Like, bring it back, go! We're bringing it back. It is weird to think that like how the NFL, all those things would just fall apart. Like what would we watch during the fall?
Can we call a
Revolution will not be televised.
just a football season long ceasefire?
A football? they just stopped to get the...
At least there's one thing we can all agree on.
It is a weird time. There's a lot of like a lot of little proxy wars and things going on. It's interesting, and if there's one thing I know, it can only end well. Upcoming projects.
It can only end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Every sentence needs a period, and ours is probably, you know, gonna be more like a question mark.
David, you're literally tearing the earth apart.
Guys, feel the house shaking? No, it's all good. We're all good, guys. We got some good things going on.
It's the speculation of public intellectuals like yourself that so many people, it gives listeners permission to think these things.
I've never been called a public intellectual. Usually I'm referred to as a public nuisance. So this is...
Welcome change.
Yeah, that's... you got it. North. If it was North or South again, part 2, who do you think would win?
I don't care.
I don't know. I never really thought about that.
It's not about slavery. Now it's just about... Now it's probably more about, like, women's rights.
It's about who makes better memes, really.
It really will come down to the memes. Meme warfare is way more lethal than any type of nuclear warfare.
I've been joking about it for a few years.
This is getting real political and dark. Let's move on. This is getting dark. Let's get on to something a little more lighthearted.
Lighten things up.
Yeah. The supernatural. Are ghosts real?
A nice light topic. Yeah.
Let's start with Max. What do
That
you
is
think?
our
rolling.
next note. The reason that we wrote that down is Matt runs a little podcast show documentary called If These Woods Could Talk. He does that in conjunction with his job and WXPR in the library. And I can't talk about where he works or his job, but
Why? Where does he
works.
work?
Local governmental organization.
local government organization. Anyways, for his most recent podcast episode, which there's some
Controversy.
I'm not going to get into deep into it, but who knows what's going to happen. Either way, the episode itself is controversial because you interviewed somebody
It's nice to have a controversy.
who has a haunted house
That's true.
in town, and you asked them about their experience to document it.
Yeah.
And I listened to the episode. It's very good.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
And I'm going to talk over you one more time.
Yeah.
See you finally.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about names. Can I say?
You can say whatever you want. There's like 3 people that listen to this, so.
It's in the podcast, so you're gonna hear it. But it's like
it's us.
Tyler Mickley. Yeah. I'll be commenting.
Probably listen to it 3 times before the day's done.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Tyler Mickley, my friend, grew up downtown Rhinelander in
Okay.
a house, and I guess it's not that long an episode. I'm not going to be able to tease it too much, but yeah, story about seeing something in his room at night while home from college, and then the next morning, his brother mentioning that he saw something that sounds eerily similar.
Eerily similar. It is a very creepy story. The house in question, I've heard stories about before from different people. So there's a cool little background and history that you go into on the episode that we shouldn't go into here to give people some encouragement.
Tune in, guys.
Yeah.
It is among the older houses in the city.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it does.
What's the year on that?
We're told 1893.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some really cool history, and the story's really cool.
The other thing with it, you go in the house, it looks just like every horror movie where it's like we left town and we're moving to a new place to get away from something. It's like you go in, vaulted ceiling, you've got the dining room and the sitting room.
You definitely know that somebody's died there or been in a cult or something like that.
Something creepy happening. Yeah.
You just know it.
Tiny Tim is playing all the time.
Ooh, tiptoe.
It's very good.
It's cool, and it does bring up, the supernatural is not something we've gone into to depth on here.
No.
I kind of take a little bit more of a skeptical approach myself, but I am a skeptic that is, very much desiring to be proved wrong,
Yes, I'm with you. I want to believe.
I want to believe, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure I don't. But still have had some cool creepy experiences. I remember once I was home alone, sick from school, just spending the day watching TV, kind of like I've been this week, not feeling great, right? And there's this in the living room, this big painted picture of Jesus, like Jesus. The thing was like 2x3. Jesus Christ. Exactly, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Looking back now, it was white Jesus, with like the blue eyes and the. So it looked more like somebody from like Barry Gibbs.
Yes.
And but anyways, it was hanging on the wall, and it had hung there. I mean, as far as I could remember, we had lived in this house for like a decade plus at that point, and it had always been there in the living room. And I'm sitting on the couch by myself, and that painting just falls from the wall. And I grew up very spiritual and religious, and painting of Jesus comes plummeting off the wall. There is very much a demonic presence about to attack you, and like that was just straight out of like a horror movie. And I'm home alone, not feeling good, in my boxers. I ran out the house. I took off sprinting like I was being I stayed outside until mom and dad got home.
Really?
And,
Dang.
it freaked me out. I mean, you're just sitting there alone, and this painting that's been there forever just decides to just fall to the floor, broke the frame. Like, it terrified me. It terrified me. You have any? You got a spooky story?
Not really too much that I've actually seen. I feel like I've felt creeped out certain places in the woods and certain old places, but I haven't like literally seen a poltergeist.
You told me, isn't there like a haunted house over in like Whittlesey? I don't even know if I'm saying that town right.
Whittlesey.
Whittlesey.
I think it's by like Owen.
You've been over there before, haven't you?
Yeah. My friends took me back there. It's like this house filled with like a bunch of junk, like from the floor to the ceiling. Like,
really?
It's kind of a spectacle.
Almost like a hoarder lived there or something?
And then there's like 7 trailers, like in a circle around it, and they're all filled with stuff too. And there's some story that I don't exactly remember about somebody like dying there or something.
Oh, that's crazy.
I guess it was the Whittlesey Witch, but I felt like something
it's probably
strange.
A hoarder that just lived there and
local legend.
Yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
the way to go though. Yeah. Get your house full of weird, creepy stuff, and then
the whole like county's wondering what's going on. You got kids like coming onto your property and shit. No,
well,
but
hopefully not kids.
The funny thing about this, well, not funny. It was kind of cool. There was this little cemetery, and there was a road on the side. And after the cemetery, you kept going, and then that's where this house was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is creepy.
Yeah, it was. Pretty creepy. I'd like to go back there. I wonder what's going on there now.
You and I had an experience. We went to a haunted house, and I'm not going to say the name. At the time, this house wasn't private property. it's private property now, so don't do this. But we went to this haunted house at probably 3:30 in the morning.
It was getting late.
It was late because we had got done with a show and tore down from that show, drove to the place that we were playing the next day, and stayed the night because we had to play early the next morning at that place. So rather than going home, getting up, we just drove to the next show and camped out. Literally slept in your car that night. Yeah, which is weird. It's not as weird as it sounds. The weird part is that we sleep face to face.
Again, not as weird as it sounds.
Not as weird as it sounds. But anyways, so this place was right next to this like infamous like haunted spot, and we crashed out, or we were just sitting in the car the night before and decided to go check this place out. So we get there at like 3:30 in the morning, whatever time it is, and there's a group of young men there. They had to have been like high school age, I think we speculated.
Yeah, probably. Probably around 16.
Max and I like walk up on them, and of course, like they're nervous.
Shining us with
We're nervous too, because like we don't know what we're walking on. But once we realize, like, okay, it's like high school kids. Now I say high school kids, and I think that makes you think like cool kids sneaking out partying. No, these were the weird high school kids, the kids that probably like us. They were wearing a trench coat. One of them was wearing a trench coat.
They were holding a service out here.
They were doing something that...
They went out there to intentionally, I think, try to observe some...
I think they were... Yeah, maybe they were doing a seance, or maybe they were just trying to... Yeah, maybe they were just
they
really
weren't just
trying to
out there
observe
partying or nothing.
No, they weren't out there being cool. They were out there being weird. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they weren't out there like...
Well,
like,
some
hey,
would
guys,
call...
They were being weird.
Some would call that cool, but,
We were there being weird, too.
perspective.
We were there being weird, too, but not as weird. We didn't have trench coats.
Next time.
We went up and, they were definitely instantly nervous, like two adult men, no less. Me and Max.
It's hard to enjoy it, too, with their flashlights on this little
So, we walk up to them, and they're super nervous, and right away, like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, trying to make sure they're not in trouble or something like that. And Max and I could care less, but they were, like, kept trying to talk to us, and the one kid was like, what makes you curious about the paranormal?
Oh, no.
He had and Max was like, what? He didn't hear him, so he made the kid say it again. What makes you curious about the paranormal?
I don't think I said anything.
You did. You didn't hear him, so you were like, what?
No, but I mean after that.
Oh, you didn't respond back to him. No, you were just like, we're just
Gotta
like,
go.
we're just here. We had just got done with work and stuff, and like, I don't know. It was a strange setting.
Yeah.
But anyways, Max and I are just trying to kind of look around and explore this place, and these guys like won't leave us alone. So we're kind of finally like on the side of the foundation, and like we should just take off running. Just full speed as fast as we can, say nothing, but like just start sprinting. Yeah. And that's exactly what we did. we just started hauling back to the car as fast as we could. They were all shining their lights at us, like trying to see. But we were just gone. We just took off.
Do you think they started running? No idea.
If they did, they didn't catch up to us.
No, they were parked way farther away too.
Yeah.
Remember they left their dome.
Oh, that's right.
Too?
They had their car way.
So they might have been in a predicament.
What a bunch of
artsy than sporty.
Yeah, they were intellectuals.
Big runners. Yeah.
Intellectuals.
That's
and
you got us. We're sportsy and artsy. I mean, the perfect combination of both. That's what you get in the Old Pine Road.
I like the leather sports bra on your sporting figure.
You know what would have been cooler is if when we instead of running away, we just like slipped away quietly.
Oh,
like just kind of disappeared, like the mysterious like visitors that weren't actually there.
Well, them Old Pine Road band boys really there. Nobody actually knows.
What are you kids doing in my house?
Get out of my kitchen.
We could have gave them the supernatural experience
that they desired. We should have. Next time.
That would be a business, I think.
Scaring kids?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
If that's business,
there's a lot of
business
business
is
owners.
booming.
There's a lot of business owners that do it. If you've seen Scooby Doo. Scaring kids, that's like the number one business move. If you're having any type of financial difficulty,
Scooby-Doo
get
never,
a costume and start scaring the local kids.
Scooby-Doo, never seen it. I'll have to get on that.
Scooby, don't tell me that again. So are ghosts real?
I hope so.
It's a yes or no answer. I think the evidence, you got to catch one. You got to catch one. Just like the leprechauns and the Bigfoot. Like, you got to catch it and you got to frame it.
Wait, frame it? Like, that leprechaun robbed the bank, not me. I've been framed!
I was thinking of like a photo frame. I've been framed! I never touched a gun in my life. Are ghosts real? I don't really know, but we don't have time to talk about that anymore. Let's move on to our
Call
next...
in with your opinions, folks.
The lines are open.
The lines are open.
lines are open. You know what? We were still recording. Just to make sure.
This is a segment of our show
yeah.
we do every time to make sure we're still recording.
Yeah. Well, we're still recording audio, but we got to record video too. So, yeah. Upcoming projects. Upcoming project things we're doing. You and I are playing at the bar tonight. We're playing at the Garage in Rib Mountain tomorrow.
Yes.
That's it for,
That'll be fun.
shows.
2 fun places to play.
Yeah, they are
What do
fun.
we got
It's
Yep.
fun to play at fun places to play.
At fun places, it is fun to play at fun places.
It's
to
fun
play.
to play fun at fun places
To
to
have
play
fun
and have fun
places.
to
Play.
play
is
with the fun to have place.
Have fun place.
Play
please,
fun and when
play.
we inside.
When I think fun, I think nice.
Sometimes
place,
we
play.
finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
I think that good things are good as well.
Astute observation.
Thank you for listening today. We're getting very
Avant-garde.
abstract.
Avant-garde. Yeah. We're going directions here, man.
It's this cool new set.
It is, dude.
And this has been your weekly tautology.
I feel like I'm having it's like a mix of Haunted Mansion and Lady and the Tramp.
That's a hell of a combo.
Hell of a combo. Speaking of that, we have our next segment, business and investing. You guys ready to talk about some business and investing
Okay. What are we
ideas?
starting with?
No better time than now.
We've talked about a couple of ideas. We talked about hashtag that
Yep.
involves smoking hash and playing tag. We've talked about the make your own mini golf. It's where you have a field and you give the guy a shovel or the lady.
Go dig a hole.
You give them a shovel and a
Dig a hole.
putter. They got to fill in their hole and they're done, but they play, 18 or 20. Who gives a shit?
We could make them mow it out, too.
$50
But
a
it's
ticket.
actually our lawn. So our lawn will be getting
You
mowed.
gotta mow your own path. Can't reuse somebody else's.
It looks like a country
Then
class.
the lawn gets
stealing.
mowed.
Mowing the lawn too. That's great. Have some kids just out there with the lawnmower. Something fun to do.
Watch the tulips.
I think that the way that we see the urban tourism,
Yeah.
disturbing thing, but I think there's a possibility for more experiential tourism for businesses that want to like let's say a mystery dinner theater where you come in and you play the serving staff. And you can go around and serve the employees.
The
who
whole
are
serving
acting
staff you
out.
just changed.
You just cycle rolls
Okay.
and feed
Depending
us.
on when you get in, you're the busser or you're doing
Yeah,
dishes or
but it's theater.
theater.
And you don't clock in, and you're done when your shift is over.
When the last dish is washed.
When the last dish is washed.
Because of all the actors, though, they have to fill all the tables with actors to eat the food.
Well, we could do that, or we could provide that. That would be our staff that we provide, is we would be the people sitting there eating. So, like, you would come in.
That's the staff.
You would, welcome us. You would seat us at our table, take our order, prepare, cook our food, serve it to us, take our plates, clean the establishment, and then at the end of it, you would pay your $50 ticket.
That's just to show, yes, where that cost of the $50 ticket is going, because there are a lot of mouths to feed.
Theater isn't free.
You're paying to be the server.
I'll tell you
No,
what.
you're paying for a dinner theater experience.
Have you guys worked
Okay.
in food? I have not.
Max has worked in food.
Have you?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
For a short
I
amount
worked
of
in,
time.
no, I worked in banquets, so like I served some food, but
Catering almost.
well, like the events were there, and I'd set them up.
Oh,
And-
okay.
But I'd help like serve and I'd bartend. So
Sure.
that
But
was-
you necessarily weren't doing food prep?
No, I wasn't.
I thought you said you had some
actually
cooking
handling food.
experience.
I said I was near a kitchen.
That's
I have
a
lot
very
of-
different thing. That's
He
like
knows
me
how to
saying
do
I have a
easy
lot
math.
of I have a lot of cooking experience.
that's really weird.
It's not
'Cause I mean, like, I
professional.
used to work next to like an insurance agent, but I'm not an insurance agent.
You aren't.
I don't know.
Yeah, we actually
What
got
am
to
I
talk about
paying
that.
Damn.
You should scoot your chair a little
Okay,
closer,
okay.
by the way. I just noticed. I was
might
like, he's
have.
farther back.
I didn't know.
I usually I really like your cooking and your food, and I thought you had mentioned that you had some cooking experience. I know you're snickering because the one time you made eggs that wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. It's the difference between an electric and gas stove, and everybody
I'm
does it.
glad we're talking about this right now.
It did almost ruin our friendship.
No, fuck you, dude. It didn't almost ruin our friendship.
Yeah, that's I usually, on the weekends where I have you or Paul by, I make breakfast for everybody, and that's kind of the go-to is the
Gracious
eggs and
host.
whatnot. And Max decided to make breakfast one morning, and very grateful for it, and everything was great. But he's used to a gas stove and an electric stove. You put high heat on an electric stove. Once that pan gets heated up, it's significantly hotter than like a high heat on like a gas stove. It's very hot, so we had some burnt eggs and some hurt feelings.
Burnt eggs and hurt feelings.
You can take the egg out of the pan, you can't put my heart in again.
That's good, dude. Hell yeah.
Break a few eggs. To write a love song.
Gotta break a few eggs to put my heart back together.
Oh, yeah, that,
Made us stronger, I'd say.
it did. And that's how life experiences are. You go through, and as long as you can approach everything with compassion, forgiveness, and empathy, you can get through anything.
I appreciate that sentiment.
Except for waterboarding. All the compassion in the world won't help you get through waterboarding.
Would it really be that bad?
It's pretty terrible.
Really?
Yeah, you're like
Have you been?
you're literally no, but like I've read about the experience and I've done enough snorkeling and underwater stuff.
Have you never
like-
waterboarded yourself in the shower?
I've accidentally waterboarded myself
Put a
snorkeling,
cloth on
but
your face, go.
it's not even I shouldn't even say that. That's taking it too lightly because waterboarding is a very like yeah, you think your body has the physical response to drowning. Like you're dying, like you're literally dying in experience. That's
Oof.
ugh.
Kind of gives me the heapsters, jeepsters.
Yeah, why are we
about it.
talking about waterboarding?
I don't know. Somebody brought it up. I'm not gonna mention any names.
It's a new business idea.
Oh yeah, business ideas.
Another business idea that we talked about, or another investment idea, NFTs at an all-time low.
Buy.
Buy NFTs now. They are cheaper than they've ever been. Celebrities like Eminem, Ellen DeGeneres, not Tupac,
I think maybe Shaquille O'Neal.
not Shaquille O'Neal, but Shakira O'Neal. Buy NFTs now and thank us later, financially preferably. Crypto, what is it? Seriously, can someone please tell me what it is? Because I'm so sick of seeing it in the news and not understand.
Max, what's crypto?
Internet coin.
Internet coin. I don't need your damn internet money. I don't care about crypto. I'm more interested in cryptids and how they're trying to infiltrate the United States government. Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter because it's all going to fall apart anyways. Amazon.
Hot take.
In real life. You go into the store, it has all the things that you might want or need. You take them, go up to the cash register, pay $50, and check out.
But then you have to wait like a week for it to show up at your house?
Then you wait a week for it to show up.
Is
Sounds
that
sick, bro.
Or do you just take it home?
I think
For an extra charge, you
there's a surcharge that you can do that if you wanted to, they would let you take it home.
Take it home.
Yeah, and you can just pay that extra fee.
Do you have to wait to open it?
No. Also, no returns.
Great.
So this is kind of unfair because like I wrote all the ideas on this piece of paper and then you guys don't get to see it because we did come up with some ideas for our business thing. Trade school for surgery. That's right.
That's right.
That tonsillectomy or that pesky old appendix. You go to school for 2 years and you just learn how to take out appendixes. That's it. Can't do anything else. But you get really freaking good at dealing with appendices.
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 Appendici.
You can do the same thing for any type of surgery. Tooth extraction.
Mm-hmm.
Brain surgery. Installing pacemakers.
Now, are you learning how to be able to do this to yourself? Or
Well, you just like how a trade school works. You know how they teach like, beauticians.
What would you do if you were gonna?
If I got to choose just one surgery, that's a great question. I guess it depends what you're in it for. Are you in
just
it to
passion.
Well,
What surgery would
I'm
you?
in it for passion.
What surgery would you have a passion for?
I mean, I want to say something probably perverted.
Oh. Oh, I see.
No, that wouldn't. God, what would I have a passion for? I don't know. Butt stuff? I don't want to say anything
Like
perverted.
reconstructive or
Pathologist to the
Oh,
stars.
no, you want to do BBLs?
No, that is a good question. What surgery? If you could only do one surgery and you're
lines
really
are
good
open,
at it,
folks.
I would
Call
probably
us.
want something. You know what? I would want something with probably the least pressure on it. So something like maybe even plastic surgeon. Does that count?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
surgeon.
Tell you what I'm doing. Tommy John surgery. Ton of money in that.
Ooh, every time a pitcher throws out, that'd be cool. Working with the celebrities.
Well, you can charge a hell of a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, see, now that's the thing. If I was going for money, like, I'm going to go for things that, like, the heart, the brain, but those are going to be way more high stress, especially when you're doing it with a 2-year trade school degree.
Forgot about that.
That's what I mean. Like, you got to think, like, you're going to be, you're going to be cutting somebody open and with your 2-year trade school degree. And so I'm thinking I would go for, like, the least, like, invasive, safe project. But there's going to be more money and things like that. Now, Tommy John, that's good because, like, you mess up, and the worst thing is the guy can't ever use his arm or work
You
again.
ruined one man's career.
Yeah.
They're still going to pay you.
Yeah. Whereas if I go in there and try to snip that aneurysm out, you might be walking around when we're done. You might not. And, I got a 2-year trade school degree I got to pay off. Like, I don't need that on my record. Max, what would you do? What would your one surgery be?
LASIK.
Ooh, eyes? Why is that? What's your logic?
Was just the first thing that came to my head.
Shit.
Please move on to
Good
the next.
answer. Good answer. I do think LASIK, that's probably a good one to get.
Just had a nice ring to it, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody's getting that nowadays. And it's fun. It sounds like the hip new thing to do.
Basically a light show for you.
Not like those pesky appendix removals.
Puts the dicks in appendix.
Trade school for surgery. Other business idea. Social media fluffer. Hey, did
you need one, I think.
Did you go out there and tell people that there was going to be a CGI remake of The Land Before Time? Well, I'll come along and tell somebody something
Argue that it's
even
real.
stupider.
No, they really are.
Chris Nolan's directing. It's signed. Google it. Tell everybody to Google it. That's what I like to say when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google
It doesn't matter if you're right or not.
No, just that you would challenge somebody to Google it. That is the couldn't be. Couldn't be.
Google it.
He's got to be telling the
Well, he
truth.
did tell me to look it up online, so he must have looked it up online.
Had to be.
Yeah, we
Hold on. We did that one. Hey, here's an idea for life insurance for ghosts. I think
Maybe we should
I
have
don't
put
know
that one in the
they need
paranormal
insurance for
section.
their life.
I'm just saying
Death insurance.
it would be death insurance. Cuz like, you know, you're dead, you pay into it, you die. You keep paying into it as a ghost, and then when you die as a ghost, that's when you finally get to collect.
Oh, like when your haunting stint is over.
Yeah, when you're done haunting, you have something so that when that time comes, you're not just left
So
scrambling.
when your soul gets
or whatever.
heard.
Or whatever.
I think it's because or whatever.
Whatever.
Or whatever, you know.
Whatever happens. It happens.
We have this image in our heads of the pearly gates, right? And I think it may be more like pearly gates at an airport. There's more of an airport vibe to.
You gotta stand in line, go through the metal detectors.
What do you call that? The middle, like the bardo or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The
Purgatory.
Purgatory.
Thank you. And
Boy.
yeah, and think of this death insurance as just like an exchange counter. You come with your foreign life money.
That's brilliant.
They exchange it for ghost money.
I'm gonna say this: if heaven's an airport, I'm on the do not fly list.
We're gonna need a pat down on this.
We're gonna need a pat down. Cavity search. 2, please. I think for this next thing, we should have some improvisational jazz harmonica.
Read my mind.
Let's see what time we're at here. Oh yeah, we're at 54 minutes.
54 smackaroos, huh?
Yeah, we've been doing good. We're at the end of our notes. We've talked about everything. And now it's time to I think go back over what was good, recollect,
The good, the bad, the ugly.
recall
Maybe we could do a segment, the good, the bad, the ugly,
The
a
good.
reflection.
of our own podcast episode while we're still in it.
Let's. Can I take a minute here?
Yeah, please.
All right.
Holy. I just wanted to say that.
Clock's ticking.
And listeners, okay, I feel that Max is a talented artist, and I've gotten to the sneak peek of this upcoming Old Pine Road Band album, and it's great all the way through. I have to say, the one in particular that Max did write and performs is probably my favorite, and it's stuck
Thank
in
you,
my
Matt.
head.
Means a lot.
I like the song, and so quit being a bitch about stuff.
That's like a compliment to him while also a slight to the rest of us. Now we
That's how
have
I like
beef.
it.
Now we have beef. What?
Transference of beef.
Accepted.
They got a song about like a muskrat or something. It's gonna be the
We got a
first
song
single.
called Muskrat. It's about a monster muskrat that attacks a small Wisconsin village.
Eats everybody.
Gives them all rabies.
Rabbits, yes.
We've got some stuff on there. We've got some weird stuff and some fun stuff and some good stuff and some
Good stuff. I like
ugly
good stuff.
The good, the bad, and the ugly stuff. We got that on there. The only thing we have left to do is we got to retrack some vocals, and then it's mixing, mastering, and off to the prince. So we're hoping to have that done by like May, going into June here. Do a little album release party. I might do an album release little yard party too.
That'd be sweet.
I thought about that, maybe kind of doing that with. We've talked about doing some backyard shows here. We got a cool little backyard set up.
That'd be very
It'd be
cool.
nice to just be able to set up here in our own yard. And,
You got friendly neighbors, right?
yeah, we do, and we've got enough space. And technically, we're in the township of Newbold, so we're not even in city limits.
Some of that new bold gold.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be like a 3 a.m. type thing. But anyways, we were thinking about selling tickets
More of
to
an
that and doing,
afternoon
like an
type of-
album release, and part of your ticket sale, you also get an early copy of the CD. So that might be a thing. We are going to do a couple of album release parties. One for sure at Boulder Beer Bar, and then one probably maybe even at the Dipper. Do one over there at Thor's place. So
Spread the love.
Have you reached out to? I don't know if we want to, but have you reached out to Tony at all? Because he's talked about wanting to sell at his new record shop downtown.
Yeah. Well, if he's listening to this and wants to talk about a sponsorship, we can.
People, come sponsor us.
I would
Also,
love.
Crate Diggers is a great place.
I would love to have that.
Never
there.
been. I'd like to go.
Yeah, heard nothing.
Maybe
but good
today we're
things
gonna be
about
right
them.
across the street, right? If we go to.
Yeah,
see
actually, you're
Lions.
right. You're right. If he's open today,
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're open right now.
we'll have to check the hours.
Well,
but,
we'll take a gander.
yeah,
Either way.
we're working on things. I do think we're gonna do another track, and it's going to be an album exclusive. You have to buy the entire album on iTunes to get this
It
track.
won't be on the CD.
It won't be on Spotify. It won't be streaming anywhere. It'll be on the CD too.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on the CD, but it's an album exclusive. You won't be able to stream it.
Nice.
It's called Mice in Mycelium.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. Sweet.
And
Sounds like a King Gizzard kind of thing.
yeah, maybe it is.
Okay.
Only one way to find out.
Buy the album.
But yeah, that's what we're doing, fellas. It's been a really fun podcast. I feel like I barely did any talking. That was really nice. It's nice having 3 of us here. Yeah, just yappity yap. So there's gonna be an episode I gotta release before this one. Then I'm gonna release this one, and maybe if we still have time today, and we can talk about ideas, maybe we do another one today. So either way, we're starting to get up towards 10 episodes. And episode
That's a
10,
milestone.
If we get to episode 10, something's gonna happen that I don't wanna say spoil right now, but something very big is going to happen, and I'm not making that up for just dramatics.
Ooh.
I'm making it up because I have nothing else to do right now.
So not just for dramatics, but a little bit. A little bit, though.
for dramatics.
Yeah, for dramatic.
So anyways, thank you all for joining us for this episode of the
Thanks,
Old Pine
folks.
Road Podcast. We do this for you, because of you, and we're just grateful for you. Yeah, we hope to see you out there on the Old Pine Road, and that is the Old Pine Way.
It's the Old Pine Way.